From part-time legends making millions per match to corporate executives who went from wrestlers to billionaires, these 15 superstars proved that sometimes the biggest victories happen far beyond the ring. Number 15. Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan built his $12 million fortune through relentless determination and outstanding talent. Most people remember Bryan for his legendary yes chants and the moment where at WrestleMania 30 he conquered the Authority. But what most don't realize is how smart he is when it comes to money. While other wrestlers were blowing their paychecks on fancy cars, Bryan was prioritizing financial stability and wisely invested his money. Number 14. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns sits at $14 million, and with his historic run as head of the table, that number is only climbing higher. After starting as part of The Shield, WWE positioned him as their next big thing, and despite early fan resistance, Roman eventually became the top star in WWE. And honestly, his transformation into the Tribal Chief in 2020 was career gold. Holding the WWE Universal Championship for over 1,000 days meant consistent main event bonuses, merchandise royalties, and those massive Saudi Arabia paydays. Reports suggest Roman makes over $5 million annually now. Plus, with his Hollywood appearances in movies like Hobbs and Shaw, Roman is building that crossover appeal that really opens up the money faucets. Number 13. Edge. Edge's $15 million net worth comes from a combination of incredible in-ring success and smart business decisions during his legendary WWE career. From his early days as a vampire-like character to becoming the ultimate heel with Lita, Edge always found ways to stay relevant and keep those championship bonuses coming. His forced retirement in 2011 could have ended his earning potential, but Edge was smart with his investments. And when he made his shocking return after 9 years away, it came with a massive contract that reflected his legendary status. Number 12. Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista, better known as Batista, turned his $16 million net worth into proof that wrestlers can successfully transition into legitimate movie stars. His feuds with Triple H, The Undertaker, and John Cena made him a main event player throughout the 2000s. But here's where Bautista got really smart. His breakout role as Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy launched him into Hollywood's A-list. When you're getting Marvel money, suddenly those WWE main event bonuses look like pocket change. Number 11. Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg's $16 million fortune comes from understanding one simple truth: scarcity creates value. Goldberg exploded onto the WCW scene in the late 90s like a human wrecking ball. His WCW contracts during the Monday Night Wars were massive, and his undefeated streak made him one of the hottest commodities in wrestling. But here's where Goldberg really showed his business sense. When he returned to WWE in 2016, he came back as a special attraction, not a full-time wrestler. Goldberg reportedly made $2 to $3 million per appearance, meaning he earned more in one night than most wrestlers make in a year. Number 10. The Undertaker. Mark Calloway's $17 million fortune comes from being WWE's most consistent draw and understanding the value of loyalty. The Dead Man's WrestleMania streak wasn't just a storyline, it was a printing machine. Every WrestleMania season, fans knew Undertaker would deliver something special, making him a perennial main event attraction. His later career contracts reportedly paid him $2 to $3 million annually, even while working a limited schedule. But here's what's really impressive about Undertaker's wealth. He built it almost entirely within WWE. While other wrestlers jumped between companies or tried Hollywood, Undertaker's loyalty to WWE paid off handsomely. Even in retirement, The Undertaker continues earning through his One Dead Man show, touring events, autograph signings, and WWE documentary deals. His conservative approach to business might not be flashy, but it's been incredibly effective at building lasting wealth. Number 9. Kurt Angle. The Olympic hero's wealth comes from combining legitimate athletic credentials with incredible wrestling talent and smart career moves. During his WWE run, Angle was a consistent main event player, winning multiple WWE championships and headlining major pay-per-views. His Olympic fame opened doors to endorsement deals and appearances that other wrestlers couldn't access, and his later career comebacks were always treated as special events, allowing him to command premium rates for his appearances, and on top of that, generate over $18 million throughout his career. Number 8. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's $25 million fortune comes from being the rare athlete who can command top dollar in both wrestling and legitimate fighting. Brock's approach to making money is simple: be so good that companies have to pay you whatever you want. After winning the WWE Championship in his rookie year, he quickly became a top star. But instead of settling into a comfortable career, Brock took risks that paid off massively. His UFC run turned him into one of MMA's biggest attractions, and when at UFC 100 his fight with Frank Mir drew over 1.6 million buys, he earned millions in prize money and bonuses. When he returned to WWE in 2012, he had legitimate fighting credentials that made him special. His blockbuster blockbuster matches were pay-per-view gold, and his role as the man who ended Undertaker's WrestleMania streak added millions to his mystique. Number 7. Hulk Hogan. During the 1980s, Hogan wasn't just WWE's top star. He transformed wrestling from a niche sport into a global phenomenon. His move to WCW in the 1990s came with one of the richest wrestling contracts ever at that time. Hogan also branched out into movies, TV shows like Thunder in Paradise, and reality programs like Hogan Knows Best. But here's where his story takes a turn. Costly legal battles and an expensive divorce in the 2000s seriously damaged his finances. However, Hogan's $140 million legal settlement helped restore much of his wealth, even though the final settlement amount was reportedly much lower. Today, between WWE royalties, merchandise, and his enduring legacy, Hogan maintains his position as one of the richest wrestling stars with a net worth of over $25 million. Number 6. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin's $30 million net worth comes from being at the absolute center of wrestling's biggest boom period and never letting that momentum die. During the Attitude Era, Austin wasn't just WWE's biggest star, he was arguably the most important wrestler in history. His rebellious character and legendary feud with Vince McMahon helped WWE dominate the Monday Night Raws, and Austin was compensated accordingly. Reports suggest he was making $5 to $6 million annually in the late 90s, plus massive pay-per-view bonuses and merchandise royalties. Speaking of merchandise, Austin's 316 shirt remains one of the best-selling wrestling shirts of all time. But Austin was smart enough to know that wrestling careers don't last forever. His transition into acting and media has been brilliant. Movies like The Longest Yard and The Expendables, plus his reality series Broken Skull Challenge, kept him relevant beyond wrestling. Number 5. John Cena. Cena's $80 million fortune represents the perfect blueprint for turning wrestling fame into entertainment empire status. As the face of the company throughout the 2000s, he reportedly earned $8 to $10 million annually at his peak. His never-give-up merchandise beat legends like The Rock or Stone Cold in sales, providing constant royalty income. But just like The Rock, his financial breakthrough came from Hollywood. Transitioning into acting brought him roles in Fast and Furious 9, Bumblebee, and many more. But here's what makes Cena even more special. His philanthropy through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, where he successfully fulfilled over 650 wishes, shows that wealth doesn't have to come at the expense of character. Number 4. Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon's $150 million net worth comes from being born into wrestling royalty and then proving she belonged there through her own business acumen. As WWE's chief brand officer for many years, Stephanie wasn't just playing a character, she was helping run a global entertainment empire. Her executive salary reportedly reached $2 to $3 million annually, plus stock options that multiplied in value as WWE's worth skyrocketed. When WWE signed billion-dollar deals, stockholders like Stephanie saw massive increases in their net worth. On-screen, Stephanie became one of WWE's most compelling authority figures, often playing the villainous boss alongside her husband Triple H and father Vince McMahon. These storylines kept her visible to fans, while her behind-the-scenes work shaped WWE's global expansion. Even after stepping down from her WWE roles in 2023, Stephanie's wealth remains tied to WWE's continued success and her smart investments over the years. Number 3. Triple H. Triple H's $250 million fortune represents the perfect combination of in-ring success and corporate power. His rivalries with The Rock, Stone Cold, and John Cena headlined countless pay-per-views and earned him multi-million-dollar contracts. But Triple H was always thinking beyond his wrestling career. His transition into WWE's corporate structure was masterful. As executive vice president of talent, live events, and creative, Triple H helped shape modern WWE programming while earning executive-level salaries reportedly worth $3 to $5 million annually. Number 2. Dwayne Johnson. The Rock's estimated $800 million net worth represents the absolute pinnacle of what a wrestler can achieve when they successfully transition into mainstream entertainment and business. His charisma and mic skills made him a merchandising goldmine, and obviously his contracts reflected his value to the company. But The Rock's real fortune comes from Hollywood domination. Earning $20 to $25 million per movie, he became one of the highest-paid actors in the world. However, The Rock's business ventures pushed him toward billionaire status. His tequila brand exploded into one of the fastest-growing spirits brands globally. With annual sales surpassing $1 billion, The Rock's ownership stake is worth several hundred million alone. And finally, number 1. Vince McMahon. His vision of wrestling, cutting-edge storylines, and mega events revolutionized not just wrestling, but entertainment itself. Vince McMahon's estimated $2.5 billion net worth represents what happens when vision and perfect timing create a monopoly.